Creating a helix. A helix is a spline that really forms a spiral, and it could be a 2D or 3D object. And these spirals work really good for making things like springs or spiral staircases. Now, it's really not a 3D object, but we can use this to create a 3D object. We can find the helix located up here in the draw command. And when I hit the down arrow to the extended menu, I have the helix command. It'll ask me for the center point of the base. I'll just say 0, 0, 0 for now. It'll ask me for the base radius or the diameter. I'm going to choose diameter, okay? I'm going to pick a diameter of, let's say, 5 inches. And it'll say, specify the top radius. And if I go with diameter again, I'm going to say I want the same diameter, 5 inches. We'll keep it exactly the same. Now, in this, we say how many turns do we want? Okay, and so I'm going to click on turns, and this will actually then allow me to enter the total number of turns. So I'll say turns, and right now the default is 3, and I'm going to go with, let's say, 8 turns, and I'm going to enter. Now we'll ask you for what the height is. What's the height of the helix? And I can just stretch it out. I can type it in, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to put in 10, and you can see here, I'm going to zoom in on this. It's created a nice 3D spiral. And but let's make another example of one that's like tapered, one that has a different diameter on the bottom than it does on the top. So I'm going to go up to the draw panel. I'm going to go to the helix command. I'm going to pick a center point for my base. I'm going to say, what do I want for the base radius? I'm going to say, well, I'll go with radius this time, so I'll keep it at the 5 diameter to 2.5 radius. So I'll hit enter. And then the top radius, I'm going to taper it in a little bit. I'm going to say like 1.5 for radius, or 3 for the top. And then the turns, let's just pick on the turns. I'm going to still want 8 to keep things consistent. And then the height, I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to type in 10 to keep it the same height. And you can see now I have a tapered spring effect. So, but these are really not 3D. These are just basically a spiraling line at this point. And now here comes the real trick. We can make this into a spring if we want. I'm going to go up and choose a circle command, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to draw a circle, and I'm going to place a circle, and I'm going to make a circle. Let's say the radius of the circle is 0.25. Okay, so you see I have a circle, just plain old a circle here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to initiate the sweep command. This is kind of new. We'll cover this in depth later. But I'm going to come up to the solid tab. Okay, and I'm going to sweep it. Here is my sweep command. The sweep command is going to ask me to select the objects to sweep. I'm going to pick this object here as the circle. I'm going to hit enter. Now it's going to ask me for a sweep path. I'm going to pick this helix here. And then it creates a 3D object just like that. And now I got my spring. So I took that circle and I swept it around that path, and it made it into a 3D solid, and now I got a spring. Now that's pretty slick, huh? So creating a helix is really a 2D object in which we can create a 2D or a 3D helix, which we can use to create a 3D object later on. So our Helix is really found under the Draw command in the extended menu.